abusia me no kase die ayekase between Mexico for a president any Donald Trump for deportation and sense mikuna any say Ghana for na South Africa for nko na US for person mu deport wo mu na emmom omo de on person mu deport wo bi a wonye US ni a nipa no at US economy as illegal. Anya say we US ni na okita onkrata kama mo so mu deport da bi na mmom wonya US ni na say wo free UK kura na say onkrata anya busia wo kan wo mu deport wo mu ni bi na busia so mu deport safo ni nyina no Mexico for do a chet say US yaban asoa wo mu a wo kohwe wo mu ade agu Mexico no enye easy na de asi between Mexico for president and nature say US aban Donald Trump no esewani na before be kwakwacha videos no yanjisa intro we embransa unim say Donald Trump omo aban in the war several countries so Donald Trump intimate visit countries bebere ewo wiase mu an minim say wa shock say me can be say ya ban Donald Trump ewo countries akodo so yentia na yenhwe ba unu die ntia wono so na abre our person will deport will be ado am ko back no yenhwe countries and Donald Trump intimate visit because of your say ban edan so yenhwe mbra.
Trump will not be able to visit these countries. Donald Trump is now a convicted felon. This means he won't be able to visit many countries that don't allow convicted felons to enter. No Canada or Mexico for Trump anymore. Cuba and the Dominican Republic are also off limits. In South America, Trump will not be allowed to enter Argentina, Brazil, Chile, or Peru. Trump can still travel to most African countries, except South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, Tunisia, Egypt, Morocco, and Ethiopia. People in Great Britain and Ireland won't see Trump visiting either. The same goes for Ukraine, Turkey, Israel, UAE, and Iran. In Asia, Trump will not be allowed to enter India, China, Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, Cambodia, Nepal, Macau, the Philippines, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Indonesia. And last but not least, no Australia or New Zealand. If Trump weren't American and was convicted for the same crimes in another country, he would likely not be allowed to enter the United States. Trump will...
we a little story about Trump. Countries yahodo a wono so ontimi visit no ye di ema munam seremo yankoshe de etwa gu between wono any Mexico for a president ye na obiati bom yentie we embra.
Mass deportations have begun. 3 airplanes have left full of migrants back into 2 different countries. 2 of those planes went to Guatemala. They landed. The one going to Mexico, the Mexican president is not allowing this plane to land. It is a military aircraft full of migrants, and the Mexican president, she is saying, no way, these people are not coming back to this country. Is she saying this because she's mad at Trump? Because Trump has been calling the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, and also he's saying he's going to place tariffs on this country if they don't abide by his rules? I don't know, but regardless, she herself let millions of migrants come into Mexico, cross freely into America. We couldn't say anything about that. They all were allowed to come in. But as now Trump has become president, he's starting to send migrants back to the country that they came from. And Mexico is saying, hey, they're not coming here. Do not land the plane here. Are other countries going to do the same thing? We know Venezuela, it's going to be hard to send the migrants back to Venezuela. Are other countries going to do that too? They're not going to accept the people who fled from those countries. Let me know what you think about that.
Karma for Donald Trump. Donald Trump's plans were just stopped dead in their tracks by the Mexican president, Claudia Sheinbaum. Let me explain. Donald Trump, on his social media accounts and on the official White House social media accounts, has been bragging about using U.S. military planes to send immigrants back to Mexico. Well, following all of Donald Trump's threats to the Mexican government, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum decided, no way, not gonna happen. Mexico on Thursday denied Donald Trump's attempt to send a U.S. military jet into the country. U.S. Defense Department officials and one other person familiar with what happened have confirmed this to be true. Planes were 2 Air Force C-17 jets that were bound for Guatemala. Each plane was carrying about 80 deportees. This, of course, all comes as tensions are rising between Mexico and the United States due to Donald Trump's threats towards Mexico. Mexico had become a reliable ally, especially during the Biden administration, helping the U.S. with things such as this. But that's all changed now that Donald Trump has taken a threatening posture towards the country. This is yet another example of how Donald Trump's threats against our allies are putting America last. My name's Brett here with Midas Touch. Remember to follow us for more updates.
abusia not just in prem die is between America man any other countries na mesremo ever said deportation and sensem you gonna yen to so ewo ni say.
The Trump supporters out there really think that things have gotten better since Donald Trump became president-elect. They really think that. Just the other day, the president of Honduras said they might expel the U.S. military over Donald Trump's deportation threats. Greenland is now spending over $1 billion more on their military after Donald Trump suggested invading them. We're now beefing with Panama because Donald Trump suggested invading them and taking the Panama Canal. And then Colombia defended Panama against us. Mexico and Canada, we almost got into a trade war with those countries because Donald Trump threatened to impose 25% tariffs on those countries. I mean, everything is collapsing. Everything that Donald Trump goes near gets worse. Not to mention the fact that Donald Trump acknowledged in an interview that his tariffs are going to raise your costs and that lowering grocery prices are going to be very hard. He's completely backing down on the key campaign promises he made. Now, just to be clear, everybody that voted for Harris saw this coming. We knew this would happen. We knew exactly how it was going to play out, and they did it anyway. And now they're still celebrating it as if things have gotten better. They're living in MAGA fantasy land. Wake up.
Wake up, abusia. Yes, Mr. Damo, yen from the swear na yen twaso ewo ye diem. Yes.
Fellow Ghanaians.
So far, ye ni aba free man de wono so de nani aku efa sa deportation and sensem yi yentie wono stand report embra.
Fellow Ghanaians, Mr. Musasa video we obi na kan mo mane ko viral emame. Mesre mi nuano mo a Ghana fo a mo wo Chicago say immigration deportation na omo ka no. Omo start e wo Chicago. Efiti enra ebepem ne. Mexican fo no dodo na e free ho, ba dodo na nso no mo nsa so mu. Omo start say ombe ko enwumem na tie. E bia make say wo ba e wuni nkrata. Obi dum fo bi na de nkrata ma wo na watwa kontomra to so. Se wentie na wen free ho anase wen jai so obekọ adwuma na yeso mu a onipa a odi ne nkrata ma wo a wo ne nse a watwa kontomra to so no wo di nipa no beto asem because ye fa wo a identification kita wo no eno ne ebebesi tie na afenso so wo te Chicago abomodi ne free ho omo start wo nwumam ne amate ne sesese omo beba afiefiem America enti bomodin ma wodofo bi wonua bi asonte so ti krokasie mu a omo start wo Chicago that means say omo de beko krokasie ni mu nyina ne free ho ne pe kra bi ase kobo ho adwa ekopum se niam abeba fom afutuo nsacha nipa atese nsohwe bomodin ne free Chicago ne free krokasie mu na krasi nkum nipa metie krasi enkum me what the make no e ma yen deport mfa wo nkofie nenka se mi hu yanka na akachi yo
Media makasi enkuminipa we eye free shows or no so dia worker fa deportation ensense mi ho empremprem die Mexico mampanin ene Donald Trump air face so yes empremprem die Donald Trump air pressure amampanifo ahodo na edru se mu dia Ghana mpanifo enia no wempo die Ghana die dabi we die enyo montokwa watase yes so far we ene die HA good subscribe for update na amazing aka you talk too much me fa wo nc ahase